We're back with episode 3. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to edit that out.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Coffin Podcast with Cryptic Jasmine and Juan Blak.
Holy shit, we made it to episode 3. How you like it now?
We survived once again.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Coffin Podcast, episode 3. Hey.
Woo!
And I'm joined by the always lovely and gorgeous Jasmine.
Oh, thank you. The always lovely and gorgeous Juan.
What the hell was that, like lip flap?
A hair flap instead of a hair flip.
Flap. It's a hair flap. So we're back. It's like it's so far so good. I think we're getting a better hang of things now. So the first one we were a little rough. Second one was good, which I have to address something. I kind of goofed when I edited the last episode because I didn't even realize because like when I was editing it, I thought like because I had the intro in there and I had an ad in there for Mangled Web Radio, and it was fine when before I uploaded it, and then I noticed like I was like trying to find a clip that I was gonna like edit and make into a short, and I noticed wait, where's the intro? Wait a minute, where is the commercial? Shit.
Oh.
So there's just these blank spots. So,
yeah, I was listening when I was walking my dog, so maybe I just thought we were like paused for a second or whatever. So I wasn't always like looking. I was sometimes listening. So I didn't even think anything of it.
I think the problem was I was trying. It was like whatever I was using for like transitions, and it just kind of just I don't know. It did something because I wasn't using CapCut. I just because I was using Wondershare Filmora.
Oh yeah, I've heard so many good things about that. I've never used it.
A lot of YouTubers use it. I mean, I don't know how the desktop version is. The mobile versions, you know, it does because like compared to CapCut, I like CapCut better because it has more options and it was more user friendly. I mean, Filmora is fine, but it's just like, ugh. And that
are you not able to use CapCut? Because it wasn't. I heard that.
Actually,
I know TikTok's not actually banned anymore. So,
actually,
right?
Funny you should bring that back up because I mean, at first, like they were doing this thing where TikTok was like you could go to like a website and you could download TikTok there. And as soon as you started doing that, something happened. All of a sudden, now it's back in the App Store again, along with CapCut, which is back in the store. So I'd re-download the CapCut again. So I'm going to start editing with CapCut again, which means less problems like that than what happened in the last episode.
Because you're like more familiar with it, basically. Yeah.
There's more options. It's more user friendly. It's better, in my opinion. The only thing that so far that Filmora has on CapCut is downloading videos is a lot quicker with Filmora. Because like when you edit something, when you're done, when you finalize it and you export it to your device, it takes like half the time of CapCut. But it's like there's my partner. How you doing? You're late.
It's toast.
Gonna dock your pay.
Only one frisky street for you.
I'm giving you verbal warning today. This is your verbal warning. Next time you're going to get a written warning.
Do you hear a weird sound coming from my end in the background?
I mean, I heard fire trucks earlier.
Okay, but you don't hear anything now?
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm hearing something. I'm like, what is that? But if you can't hear it, I'll just ignore it for now.
It's just ghosts. It's fine.
Yeah, it probably is.
I'm going to be sitting here. I'm going to see some ghosts like just randomly breakdancing behind you.
Hopefully better than An Australian Olympian for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure. Goes like she's whack. I got this, but we'll never know because we can't see.
Right.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's my little update on the video last time. So this one should be edited better.
Well, I hope this is encouragement and inspiration for anyone out there who wants to create. Like, you don't always have to get it perfect. You don't always have to get it right to start putting things out there. And that's how you learn. Like, you know, we live, we learn, and then we know.
Yep. And by the way, I'm not putting down Wondershare Filmora. It's just for me, it's a little weird using. I mean, it's fine for what it is. I mean, it's just, to me, I feel like CapCut has more options and it's easier to work with for me. Me personally. There's other people out there who are going, no, Filmora. Yeah, I'm sure. So,
yeah, I think everyone has their few or one that they're like comfortable with. Like, I still use iMovie, okay?
Because you're one of those little snooty Apple people.
Yeah.
Appy. And you like to use your Appy with your Appy thoughts. Yeah.
But it's like
Happy
not
slices.
fancy at all. Like, you can't do anything on iMovie. So it's like extremely basic. And then anything extra flashy I want to do, I do use an app called Video Leap. That one, I really, really like that one.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't just download like other like, or can you download other like video editing apps? Or does it have to be like an Apple approved thing? Like,
that's a good question. I've never even tried.
Yeah.
I'm like not professional at all. I still have a lot to learn myself, actually.
Hey, it's a learning process. I'm still learning too. So,
And then that's part of it too, is like, I wanted to learn how to use like Premiere or something like that, you know, with the professionals.
yeah.
But it's like such a learning curve, and then I just never have the time or patience to go through that learning curve. So I'm just like, I'll just use iMovie.
Yeah, that was like, I tried like a few years ago. I downloaded DaVinci Blackmagic because a lot of people are raving about how that's like the best. They're like, oh yeah, it's great. You got that's the one you got to use.
I think I heard that too. Was that like the same thing as DaVinci Resolve or like similar?
Well, actually, I think it's the same thing. I don't know.
I heard a lot about that one too.
But either way, I downloaded it, and for about a couple 2-3 weeks, I kept like, you know, playing around with it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, it was just, I was so confused. I mean, maybe I could work with other stuff. I could probably figure it out now a little bit better, but back then it was like, I don't know what I'm even doing, man. So I just stuck for the longest time. I stuck with the Windows Movie Maker.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the iMovie equivalent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely limited, but you know, it does what it does.
Yeah.
And it
definitely.
was fun at the time. I was like, I haven't used a Windows Movie Maker in a few years, which, not that you have to download an old ass version of it. If you're lucky, you can get it to work anyway. But yeah, anyway, enough talking about video editing. How you doing?
Like the nerds we are.
I'm like the worst nerd.
I'm good. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we made it through this week. Made it to episode 3.
Yes.
Updates. I will say I messed up. The dog ate my homework, and I did not listen to a single thing from the last episode. But like, I think about it every day, so it's not like I forgot. I'm like, oh, I've got to listen to that. But I have such a horrendous earworm. Like, it just wants what it wants. I've named it Fernando because like it's got a life of its own.
No.
Yeah, Fernando, my earworm. He just wants what he wants. And lately, all he's been wanting is a strict diet of urban heat. So I can't listen to anything else.
Oh,
or he gets very upset.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you see them live recently?
I did. Yes,
How did you like them live?
Oh God! Like I knew it was gonna be amazing because I'd heard from so many people, and you could just tell from like the few live clips I've seen, and even from the music videos, you could tell like that they're great performers. Especially Jonathan, but all of them are great performers. Oh my gosh! Like beyond anything you could ever hope for in a live show, and like with such a small stage, it's not like they have, all the flashy like lasers and all the kinds of things like bigger bands have, but by far they exceed basically any other band I've seen. Like not even a joke.
Yeah, they blew me away when we opened up for them like a few months ago. I was like, oh shit.
Wait, that was just a few months ago?
Yeah, that was I think in September actually.
How did I miss that? That's incredible.
Yeah. I actually have videos of them I didn't post. I totally forgot.
Maybe that's how I missed that.
Yeah, I they never got posted, so yeah.
And that was your first time seeing them too?
Oh yeah. And I was like,
Amazing.
oh wow. I was blown the fuck away. Also, were they touring still with that? I can't remember the name of the band.
Twin Tribes? Is that
No,
the
not
one
Twin
that they're with? No?
Were they with Twin Tribes when you saw them? Or?
Well, when they were, I guess they've been touring like nonstop for like a year or two. The first time when I missed them the first time last February, so like almost exactly a year ago. They're gonna be in El Paso and they're touring with Twin Tribes, and I was like so excited about that show, and I got sick, so I couldn't go.
Boo.
And then I know that they did a later tour later in the year, so I don't remember who they toured with then. And then this time, when I saw them just now, they were touring with Night Rituals.
Oh.
Shout out to Night Rituals with a Z from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, I saw them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they play with them, yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's just they're just like one person and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like very 80s look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh my gosh, she's attacking you.
No. It's a vicious attack from a wild beast.
Wild beast.
The wild beast, but to keep it calm. No. But I can't remember the band that was playing with them. Apparently, one of the guys because it was a guy and a girl, and the guy was like a guitar tech for Urban Heat, but they had this other band. They were pretty cool. They had like a big light show, and the girl was like playing these little electronic drum things. They were pretty good. I wish I could remember their name.
Nice.
I feel bad. I was like, oh God, why can't I remember their name? They were so good, but I can't remember the name.
It happens, especially when you feel like on the spot and you're like, mind goes blank.
Yeah. Watch, I'll probably remember like later tonight while I'm laying in bed after we're done recording. You're already off somewhere sleeping or something, and I'll go, oh. I'll message you at 3 a.m. my time. Going, that's who it was.
So that way, your time. Okay, yeah. That's not 3 a.m. my time because
your time.
No, then I'll be scared. If I wake up at 3 a.m., I'm always like, there's demons in my room. But last thing I'll say about their show, I had like such a good time. I rarely travel to see bands, so it was awesome that I was like able to travel to see Urban Heat. I went to Phoenix from San Diego, so shout out to Phoenix because that was really fun. I'd never been to like anything goth related in Phoenix before. And it was at this bar called Valley Bar in downtown Phoenix. So if anyone tries to go to this bar for the first time, it's in the alleyway because nobody could find it. Like the security guards for another bar was like, yeah, we just saw all these people dressed in black, like circling the block. No one could find this venue. And then you finally go down the alley and it's just like a tiny little sign that says Valley Bar. And then you go, I think, was it down the stairs or up the stairs? Anyway, no, yeah, it was down. It was because we were like basically in a basement. You just go down these stairs and it's like all dark, like a dungeon.
Ooh.
And then I walk in and see Night Rituals performing, and there's like beams on the ceiling, and he's got some strobes going, and he's got his big like 80s hair and glasses, and I felt like I was in an 80s music video. It was the best.
I like how Mullets have made a comeback, but they're like came back like better looking how they should have, because like the Mullets back in the 80s were like, ugh. Now people with Mullets now are just like, oh shit.
Yeah, like, hey, that actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, we have there's a matter of fact, I played a place like that a few times. Exactly. There's this place in Bloomington, Indiana. It's like about an hour away from here. Name of the place is called Blockhouse Bar. And my friend used to do shows, like set up shows there. And it was the same thing. It's like you had to go through the alley to find it. And then it was good. You went downstairs. Yeah, because the first time I went, it's like first I didn't know it was in the alley. Then I found it was in the alley. I was okay. And then I went upstairs. I went to the wrong bar. Above the top, there's like two bars. The bar on top is a gay bar. And I was sad. I was like, oh, cool. We're going to play gay bar? Fuck yeah. I was like,
yeah.
No, you want the bar downstairs? I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. Guess I'll go play with the straight people, I guess. Fine.
Was it? So it wasn't like all a gay bar?
No, it wasn't. I mean, you had crossover. People from upstairs would come downstairs to see what's going on downstairs. But no, there was like the top bar was a gay bar. The bottom bar was just the bar where they had the bands playing and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah. Usually I love venues like that where they're kind of hidden away.
Yeah, it definitely made me feel like, ooh, this is so underground. Like, literally. Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't literally underground, or was it?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you go downstairs,
if it's a basement, yeah.
So that's underground.
Yeah, that's real underground.
This episode brought to you by Dead Souls Gothic Lounge. Dead Souls Gothic Lounge celebrates goth culture inclusivity twice a month. Every second Saturday at Wheeler with live music performances, and every last Tuesday of the month at Melody Inn with live music or guest DJs. Check out Facebook and Instagram for Dead Souls Gothic Lounge.
But yeah, my week has been pretty much mostly boring. It's been work, rehearsals, getting stuff together for a show tomorrow. Which
that's so cool though. You're like, it's boring, no big deal. Just getting ready for a show, Yeah. But I'm sure to you it's like second nature now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's like one of the bands that dropped out. But actually, by the time this episode airs, the show has already happened. So,
oh yeah,
I would say come to the show, but no one's gonna see this until after the show's already done. But yeah, it's like one of the bands dropped out. So I was like, it was gonna be two bands. I was like, well, if you want, I can kind of do like a special set with my other band.
Oh, cool.
So I'm doing double duty that night.
How have you done that before, or do you do that often?
Actually, this is the first time doing that. So, because I haven't always had like two bands that were playing. It's like this is the first time I was like Until We Were Dust is like the first time I've had a second band while having another band and playing around.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm Hoping there'll be people there though, because the weather is going to be not great tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, that's a bummer.
yeah,
So you
'cause
do
it's
like all of this prep.
yeah. So it's
And
like I don't know if number one if the show's going to get snowed out, and also by the time we play, it's supposedly going to be like 5 degrees.
yeah. Do you think if you get snowed out, do you think they'll straight up cancel the show before you even have to?
I
there?
would think for safety reasons they would have to if it's that bad. Because like
Would they reschedule it? Do you think though?
probably yeah.
Oh,
The
cool.
people run it's like they'll reschedule just whenever they have another open night like that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully all goes well and you get some good people
Yeah,
out there.
It's gonna be we're playing with a drag show too, so I really hope it goes.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we're playing with Funeral Cervix.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah.
Great name.
I haven't looked them up either. I should look them up to see what they're all about, and like we give them a follow on the Book of Faces and shit.
Sounds very promising.
But yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of your music, Ghost is a Black Sunday song, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I was listening to that song again, and I tell you, Fernando does things. So like sometimes I'll listen to a song and then it's like, oh cool, yeah, I like it, that's cool. And then Fernando will randomly sink his teeth into the same song that I've listened to before, and I'm just like, ooh. And actually, Ghost was one of the songs that Fernando did that with recently.
Oh.
And I realized, speaking of worms, I realized the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. Was that like an ode to the Hearst song?
Yeah.
I love that so much. I don't know why I didn't connect the dots before, because I loved that nursery rhyme as a kid. Or I guess nursery rhyme. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just noticed you had the connection with that. I was like, wait a minute, the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. Yeah.
Like, oh, I get it.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. I mean, it's possible it's by chance, but I'm pretty sure this is an ode to the Hearst song. Which is even cooler.
Watch the next earworm that Fernando gets stuck on. It's probably going to be the Jones barbecue and foot massage song. Mostly because I just said it now. Now it's going to happen. Will you stop it, please, ma'am?
What's she doing?
There's a laser pointer we have. It's kind of shaped like a mouse. And she's mad because I'm not shining it around. And it's across the coffee table and she's just smacking it around. Making a bunch of noise. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I am talking about you. I am talking shit about you. Your butthole. She's rude.
She's gonna come show her. She's gonna come show hers next.
Yes.
Oh, there she goes.
Yep. Take what? So do you have any announcements, any any events coming up, or
let me think,
any new earworms of new things you want to share?
Other than everybody should go listen to Urban Heat, because that's all I've been able to listen to for literally a month and a half. Because I'm still very much an album listener. I'll put on whole albums and listen to albums. I'm not really a playlist person. I wish I was, but I just mostly listen to albums still. So I was really stuck on Wellness in January. And then I moved back over to The Tower, which is their most recent album.
Oh yeah.
So I guess my most recent earworm with them is the song Addicted to the Sounds. It's the last song on their most recent album, The Tower. And it's I think their most sinister sounding song. I think it's their darkest, most sinister sounding song. And it actually reminds me of Kiss from London After Midnight. I was someone could do a sick mix with these two songs. It's begging it's begging to happen. But yeah, that would be my earworm. For things coming up, San Diego wise.
Will you quit? Dang. You're making too much noise. Hey. Okay, hang on a second. Give me that.
Well.
Here. Anyway.
I was gonna maybe keep talking, but then I couldn't do it.
Oh, dang. Well, next time, just keep talking. Keep on talking.
But yeah, San Diego wise, there's a picnic coming up. I think next Thursday. It's the Goth picnic, so I'm gonna try to make it to that since I couldn't make it last time. And then the last day of February 28th, Ascension's happening again at the Rail. Last time I was like the Railway, the Railroad. It's just the Rail. Historic gay bar, apparently. Which I did get to go. Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't talked. So I did get to go to Ascension. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really fun. And the funniest thing that happened was we were waiting in line to get in. And this guy, like, standing behind me, he looked like kind of confused, and he was asking, like, what's the cover? I guess he like frequents the bar, right? But he was like, what's the cover? What's going on? And then I said, oh, have you ever been to Goth Night before? And he said, oh, Goth Night? Oh, absolutely not. He just like took off into the night. That was pretty funny. Then I was like, I'll get you in your first time. But he was like not interested. So yeah, it was a fun time.
Goth Night, girl, no.
Yeah, exactly.
That is too much Blak for me, honey.
He was like, love you, bye. And yeah, that's hosted by Robin Roth, who hosts like his very, very, very involved and hosts a lot of events in San Diego. So I just wanted to shout out Robin Roth because like her name is everywhere. I can't pretend to know like, her whole lore or anything, but I just know obviously she's a very prominent person within San Diego Goth. So shouting out Robin Roth.
Hell yeah, Robin.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, I like to trying to cue stuff up here. I was gonna mention Dead Souls Gothic Lounge because I read off the wrong event. I meant to read off a more current one, which was last Saturday. So that's already happened. But let's see what else we got. We got
well, I'm sure even with you mentioning it, if anyone's in the area, they'll probably look it up.
Yeah.
Too, if they're interested in going.
Also, somewhere here in this episode, we actually going to have like a little sponsored ad from them that'll pop up. So that'll give you a little info and get you some interest in them. And shout out to Dead Souls Gothic Lounge and for being cool. But another show that's coming up on February 22nd. And it's going to be at State Street Pub, the place I'll be playing at tomorrow. It's going to be Maniac, Skull Cult, Concrete Hitter, Good Flying Birds, and Eternal Husk. Good Flying Birds. That's a name.
That's a great name. Good Flying Birds.
Yep. These are all bands you can look up on Bandcamp, I believe. It is $12 at the door, and it's a 21 up and show. Bar and kitchen open at 7 p.m. One thing I want to check out at a State Street Pub, which I haven't done before, because like I keep hearing like good things about their food. They have this thing called drunken fries people talk about, and I'm like, I don't know what those are, but I'm gonna try them. I think I'm gonna try those tomorrow.
I was gonna ask, what is it?
I don't know. Well, fries, I guess, that you eat when you're drunk, which could be good.
I'm sure they are. We've heard lots of things.
If I get them tomorrow, I'll take a picture and send them to you. It's like, this is what they are.
Nice. I'll be looking forward to it. And I'm curious if that's like a thing unique to them, or if that's like, you know what I mean?
I believe it is. I hear a lot about their burgers too. Like yeah, they great burgers. I'm like, oh. And
You can't go wrong.
I would judge a place on their burgers because I'm like, on burgers and pizza.
Yeah. I mean, those are two things that generally you're going to be at least happy with. So if you get that wrong, it's like pretty wrong.
Yeah. Do you have any more events to mention?
Let's see. The last one is Club Sabbath, which is the other goth night that I know of here in San Diego. And that one is happening, I believe, March 8th. I should know for sure before I bring it up. But hey, if you're interested in going and you're in San Diego, look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Club Sabbath, Sabbat, I think. Great. We're all good at this. What about you?
Let's see. I'm looking. Hang on. I had a couple events I was going to mention. I realized they're happening tomorrow, which once again, these events on February 16th, so it doesn't do anybody any good to hear. Hey, if anybody,
I'll be really. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Sorry, I was going to say oh, never mind. This is happening right now. I was going to mention, like, if you're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, check out the Goth Prom 2025 at Mad Planet. But that's happening right now.
Well, you know what? It's still awesome I think it's still good to mention them because it's like, look at all the stuff happening. Oh, something I do want to mention that I am really gonna try to make it to, right. Because I'm obviously obsessed with Urban Heat. The Vampire Ball in Chicago, which is happening April 26th, and as last I heard, they still have tickets, but they were mostly sold out, but they did add payment plans to the site now. Twin Tribes and Urban Heat are playing.
Ooh.
A bunch of other bands are playing. That which I don't remember because all I saw was Twin Tribes and Urban Heat, and that's like all I needed to know. But yeah.
That's we good.
And I know Chicago has like a really amazing goth scene, so should definitely be fun for anyone who wants to go. Look up the Vampire Ball in Chicago, April 26th.
Yeah, there you go. Look that up. It sounds like fun. I was like, I want to play Chicago. It's like, because the cool thing about where I'm at right now is like, I have stuff around me that I could get to within an hour or two. Like if I want to play Louisville, just drive an hour that way, or go to Chicago. You know,
no way. You're that close to Chicago?
Yeah.
What? You're like 1 hour away.
Mm-hmm. I'm also near Michigan too.
What?
So it's like where I'm at, like near Michigan, near Ohio.
Oh, I had like no idea.
Yeah, that's.
What about
sorry,
Iowa?
I forgot how far Iowa is from me. I think Iowa is like more like maybe like 6 or 8 hours or something.
Oh, that's really far. That's like.
But yeah, I'm close. I'm like close, like more Midwest stuff, like Missouri. Like if I want to play St. Louis or.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. What are you doing now? She's not even on the table now. She just finds something else to get into.
We've got to find a way to get you to the Vampire Ball then.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're like so close. I didn't realize.
Maybe one of these days I'll actually even play it. Who knows?
Why not?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
There was something popped up recently that I heard that was new, and I can't remember what it was. It's like my mind has been all over the place so much this past week. I can't remember. It's like there's been new music, and I'm like,
yeah.
Right now, my brain is going
brain fried. Yeah. Fried and flatlined.
It might
Totally
pop up
get it.
while we're talking, while we're going further in this, but
Yeah. Well, there's always next time, if you
yes,
remember.
always. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll
Next.
try to be better about making better notes. Like my bullet points with no details isn't as helpful as I thought it would be.
It's
For the same reason.
You're doing better than I am because I hadn't write notes at all. I intended to write notes.
That's
And I
not
was-
true. You're doing great too. Well, we're doing like the same with our extra crispy fried ADHD brains.
But hey, we're doing it though. Hey, so do it
Yeah,
on the
hey,
fly.
here we are. That's right.
It's like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
You live, you learn, you
Yep.
have some fun.
You get in,
Feel
you
like
get in, you get out, you go home.
You shake your head. No.
But yeah. So let me see. Today, this was and that's it. Thank you. Good night. No,
And that's what I wanted to say.
that's all. That's from the heart, and I said that with my chest.
With my chest.
But Friday, this past Friday, was Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do anything special, or did you just chill?
Yeah, we kind of just chilled, but there is this place called Felipe's. It's a pizza place that's like our favorite. I mean, if you want like goofy movie cheese, this place has, when you pick the pizza up and all the cheese, it's just like falling off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like real goofy movie cheese. So so we like, well, I wouldn't say we were going there all the time before we left San Diego, but we'd go, like at least probably once a month. So this was the first time we got it since we got back. We're like, what about Felipe? Because it's wild out there, like the actual day of. Like, you don't want to go outside. You know what I mean? Everybody's out there. But there's like a Felipe's just down the street. So we had Felipe's, which was nice. What about you?
Let's see. The day before, which was when I got paid, actually, me and Apollo had a curry that day because there's like a little Thai place we go to on occasion. So
That's a nice Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was pre-Valentine.
Treat.
That was like pre-game.
Pre-game.
Valentine's Day pre-game, brother. And then Friday, there's like a Chinese place that we go to. So the food is pretty good and it's fairly inexpensive. So we got a bunch of food and we sat there and watched some stuff for a while. We just chilled. I got him some stuff like a stuffy and some chocolates and stuff.
How cute!
And I also got a stuffy and some chocolates from my other partner as well.
Aww.
We hung out a little bit last night, and they're actually going to go with me to the show tomorrow. Paula's staying home. They're not going to that one. They're going to wait till the other show I do in March to go to that one.
Nice. Oh, sounds like a very cute Valentine's Day / Halloween.
Halloween. It's Halloween.
As the kids are calling it these days.
I love that. I love that. I'm here. I am here. I am 100% here for Halloween. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm over here having a non-monogamous Halloween, and it was nice. It was nice.
That sounds nice. Hell yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about too. It's really just being able to like chill together,
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly. Can you chill? My grandmother and grandfather just had their 66th anniversary.
Jesus
So
Christ.
it's like, can you chill together for 66 years?
66 years. Oh my God.
I know, that's like unheard of these days.
That's crazy. It's like hell. As it is, I'm like my I've been in a relationship with my spouse for like I think coming up on year. Are we coming up on year 17 or 18?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. We got together in like 2007. I'm trying to do math right now.
Right, like we're so
Oh,
close.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. That would be right.
Yeah, it's coming up on 18. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's coming up on 18.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
It's weird. It's just like time just flew by. It just blinked and whoa.
Yeah. It was like do you feel like you've been totally different people in like the time you've been together?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because like, you know, back in the beginning and for a while there, I was probably a bit insufferable.
Insufferable. Like in what way?
Just I needed to do a lot more growing up.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. We've all been there. For sure.
Between that, people I hung around, and just like it was like living in LA too. It's like there was the delusions of grandeur in there.
Well, you're certainly not alone, you know.
No, I know. I know I'm not. I've met a lot of people that's been. A lot of people still doing that.
Well, you know. No, sorry. Go for it.
No, you go. Go ahead. No, I want to know.
Well,
I don't know. I want to know.
I was going to say, I don't know. Delusions of grandeur is interesting because what's the difference between someone who has delusions of grandeur or dreams or goals, right? Like, I think the difference is just, did those things work out for you in the way that you envisioned / imagined / wanted them to? And all of the different things that either, you know, make basically your dreams come true or not are sometimes, you know, there's so many factors. And just because things didn't work out the way that somebody imagined them to doesn't mean that it's like some sort of like flaw on the individual's behalf. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's yes, it's like hard work in many cases. I can't even say all because sometimes people just end up living the dream by like chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many factors, but I don't know. Delusions of grandeur, because it makes it sound like you're like totally delusional. Like it sounds more like you just had dreams, you know, which is like fairly normal.
There's a difference between having dreams and just kind of being delusional about like how you're going to achieve them when it's like, it's like you can't like have.
I guess
like
that's fair.
You can't have delusions of rock stardom when you can't even like afford your rent. And it's like, yeah, it's great, but you shouldn't you worry about like, you know, being able to pay rent and maybe eating.
I guess that's true. But you hear so many stories where people like, you know, forwent that very type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess it's like a case by case, but I kind of know what you mean too in terms of being delusional because I really wanted to be a musician. Like I wanted that to be my life at some point. And I had like a really cool guitar teacher from high school actually who like tried to like sit me down and like give me like sound advice for like how to make it in the music business. And I was just like, I don't want to do business stuff. Like, I just want to feel the music. Yeah. It's like, what an idiot. Like, looking back, like you said. Like,
just want to feel it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to feel the music, man. I don't care about the business, man.
I don't want to get caught up in all this stuffy stuff. But, like, looking back, like, he was really, like, legitimately trying to help me. So,
yeah.
You know, but I was young. You know, that's what happens when you're young.
When you're
in
young.
A lot of cases.
When you're young. Yeah.
And delusional.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there. There's things I do now that I wished I would have had an idea to do back when I was younger.
Mm,
You know that, and then that way it would have made things a lot easier.
yeah, like what specifically, like, would you tell yourself,
Uh,
your younger self?
my younger self. Uh, don't like tie yourself down working with certain people just because just because maybe they have a studio and it's like, well, I'm gonna put up with it.
Because like they suck or something?
Well, no, or just because. Just putting up with certain people in general who are just like not good people.
Yeah, that's what I
But to
that's what
put
I
up
meant
with
by
them
they suck.
because they're like somebody that'll work with you, or just somebody that calls you their friend or whatever. It's like, ugh.
That's very sound advice. I feel like that's something a lot of, well, I was going to say young people could relate to, but I think just people in general. I think some
Oh
people never get to the point where they stop hanging out with people just because they're like who's
yeah,
like the most accessible, I guess. Even if they treat them like crap or generally just kind of like drag you down in some sort of way. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Instead of finding people who like are, I mean, it's not that it's like what's the word I'm looking for? And not in a transactional way, but where it's like you have like mutual care, mutual respect,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
stuff like that. So yeah, that's like really good advice, I'd say, for younger people, but people of any age. Like,
Definitely, yeah.
just because someone's hanging around you doesn't necessarily mean they're your friend
Yeah,
or
exactly.
an actual friend.
Yeah, it was a very hard lesson to learn. It took me years, years to finally kind of whittle that down. I was like, oh yeah. Took me a while to get that. And I pretty much, I think it's something I'm gonna say I'm still working on still. For the most part, I'm a lot more selective now. But once in a while, something will sneak in.
Something will sneak in.
Something will sneak in and go. Ha! So all of a sudden, I had that one friend. He said, "Ha! I voted for Trump." Yeah, I'm like, bitch.
Wait, did that really happen?
Oh God, on my Facebook page between 2016 and then the new election,
Oh, uh-huh.
yes. Jesus fucking Christ! All of a sudden, people are like, "You too?" I mean, there's some people that wasn't surprised. There was like a lot of people I knew from like the Sunset Strip stuff today, stuff like that, like former rockers or whatever, and it's like they became like crazy conservative Trump supporters, and I was like, that checks out. But then there were some people around too. It's like, I thought you were a little smarter than that, you know?
Yeah, just the way you said it too, like they just popped out and declared it to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Like there's this one guy. He was like, I forgot his name. He was kind of like sort of involved with the goth scene, or some form or another for some band that I can't even remember. Because we spoke a few times. I was trying to help him get a gig out here in Indiana like a few years ago. But
from California?
no, I don't remember where the fuck was he? He might be up in Chicago or something. I don't
Oh, okay.
remember. He's
Because I
blocked.
was gonna say I think I shouldn't even speak on it because I'm not 100% sure, but I was gonna say I think I know, well, a death rock band that I think the vocalist is a Trump supporter. They're from like Utah, so
Well, it's Utah. That tells you everything you need to know.
well, not necessarily, because like they have such a actually big goth scene in Salt Lake City.
Oh
So
no! I
okay.
know they do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I get what you're saying. But
Yeah.
I would like to assume that not everyone there would be,
Today's episode is sponsored by Mangled Web Radio. MangledWebRadio.com. 24/7 streaming. All your favorite genres: goth, gothic rock, death rock, post-punk, dark wave, synth, dark electro, punk, industrial, 80s new wave, 80s clubhouse, and more. Tune in today. MangledWebRadio.com.
It's always weird when you have people in the alternative scenes, especially like goth and punk of all places, that are like, heavily into the fucking Trump cultist bullshit. That's what's crazy to me. I mean, like, no offense to metalheads or nothing, but like a lot of metalheads, it kind of checks out. Unfortunately,
right. It's like definitely split, but it's not like surprising.
No, it's not surprising. Like, especially like people that used to be like into like the whole 80s rock thing, like a lot of, once again, I bring it back, a lot of guys, Sunset Strip guys, guys that were in glam rock bands, and on Sunset Strip, whatever. And then years later, they're like full on Trump supporting, whatever. It's like, that checks out, because like that time was like 80s were all about excess, So it's like, it kind of fits.
Yeah. And I think that I've heard that that's like a trend anyway, as like the older people get, like the more conservative they become. Probably because if they have any sort of stability or security, they're just like all about like maintaining that or whatever.
Shit, I'm the absolute opposite. It's like oh, hey. I forgot I didn't have this muted.
What is it?
Because I have like the Santa Monica Beach live cam thing going on, because I just had it as a background thing going on while I'm doing this, and the sound was muted. There was no sound on it. It's like, okay, cool. And I started playing a highlight reel in the middle of everything, and it's like that had sounds. Like, oh shit.
Like, what's happening? But yeah, you're saying you're the opposite.
Yeah, because that's like the older I get, it's like I'm getting more like angry leftist now, and I'm trying to like, it's like just for the fact that we have an administration now that's so against it, I want to be extra queer. I want to just do more. It's like, I just want to just be more gay despite these fucking people. It's like, you're not changing me, or, and I'm not gonna let you fuck with people that I love, It.
Yeah, totally understandable.
But and that's, but going back to what we were saying earlier, it's like that. What gets me is like when it gets like punks and goths. Goth is kind of a darker offshoot of punk anyway. Punk has always pretty much been political. I mean, for the most part. I mean, depending on where you're looking at. I mean, some people beg to differ, because I mean, I know like punk came out of like basically the art scene, basically when you had like Iggy Pop and hang out with like Andy Warhol area, and then the England side, pretty much from they were doing their version of punk.
Yeah,
like as much as they were doing what they could, as much as they could. They were learning about punk because you didn't have the internet back then.
Yeah.
And so they were like, and honestly, what they were doing was even more punk technically, because like you're just going off an idea, and you made a fucking movement off of that,
Yeah. And wasn't it? It's kind of funny. Like, I'm not an expert / historian. Like, I'm generally not good at history because like my memory just like doesn't retain information. But as far as everything I've heard and like remember, it's kind of like parallel to what's happening now. Like people were frustrated, pissed off
Oh yeah,
because like there were no good jobs. They couldn't like maintain like a good living that they've been promised. And then they turned to punk, which was like easy and rebellious
yeah,
compared to like other styles of music where you just like basically played a few chords and power chords. And that's not to like um diminish like punk as a genre, but like that was part of the appeal. It was like,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know, anyone could like play it, and not anyone. I'm sure there's people who who are not able to pick up a guitar and play chords, but essentially compared to like, I don't know,
Right.
classical music or something.
And
um
sorry.
oh
I'm
no,
like,
no, that's all. Just like, yeah, that in itself was like political and kind of a act
it
of
was because like a
rebellion.
lot of it was like just
Yeah.
like the answer to just what everything that was going on, And I mean, yeah, you had a lot of bands that were they were doing still songs about partying and drugs and everything, which is fine. But there was a lot of bands that was like, especially as it progressed and more bands are like, oh god, especially during the Reagan years. That spawned a lot of really good music, honestly. And that's the problem with times like this. It makes for great music because people are angrier, so there's more angry music coming out. You know, and that's starting to happen again. I mean, this is a shit way to get better music, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people are angry, and then when you have these conservative punks, they're like, "Oh, Trump is punk rock." It's like, oh, shut the fuck up. It pisses me off. It's like when that cult mentality enters subcultures where it doesn't fucking belong.
Yeah.
We're dealing with enough bullshit in our subcultures. We're trying to keep Nazis out of the fucking shit, all the fucking racists and the fucking gatekeeping douchebags are trying to keep out fucking people, who like to sexually assault people. We're
Yeah.
we're trying to, we all want our scenes to be safe. We all want our scenes to be fun. We just,
Yeah.
and we want something for like when you have the younger people in the scene, you want good shit for them, despite people talking shit like, hey, these young punks. It's like, shut up. And I,
You're
and,
like,
they, and
they're what it's all about.
yeah, and it's like they were saying that shit about you when you were that age, So why are you
Exactly.
talking shit now?
Exactly. I have a
It's,
theory on that, but I'll probably have to save that for another time.
oh yeah, we'll do another video where we're really going in depth about like subculture stuff and talk about that because
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Yes.
But
Yes. I'm excited.
my point is, I'm just the whole Trump cult mentality just going on, and it's really frustrating because it's just like shit. They're not even hiding shit that they're doing. They're not hiding it. They're not trying to make it seem like, oh, that's not really happening. They're just doing it right in your face. Of
They're
course, they're
like
doing.
emboldened
Oh,
now,
they're 100%.
obviously.
Well, my God, you have fucking
Yeah.
Elon Musk, fucking Sig Hyland,
Yeah.
and that's
And
okay.
then claiming that that's not what it was. Like,
People are making excuses. It's like he does stupid shit. People make excuses. Trump is doing stupid shit. People keep making excuses. I'm like, why are you making excuses for these people when they're doing stupid fucking shit? Why?
yeah.
It drives me nuts. It's like he's signing executive orders left and right for bullshit.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part is all of this. He's like he's doing like all this stupid like Trump is doing all this stupid shit like, oh, I'm gonna take over Greenland and change it to red, white, and blue land, or I'm gonna rename the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. And in the end, that is actually a fucking tactic, which is fucked up. It's like you're just doing so many things to outrage people, to distract them.
Hmm.
And it's fucked up because there's a news clip of Steve Bannon is, right?
No.
Steve Bannon, he's like part of a Trump circle. He white nationalist, fucking Nazi, of course. He was part of what was it, Stormfront or something? It was like a white nationalist publication. He has a website and all that shit. Somebody was interviewing me, and he was literally laying out what Trump is doing now, and this was like a few years ago.
Was this basically like Project 2025?
Well, this kind of leads into bringing Project 2025. It was just basically like keep hitting the public with so much shit that everybody is just
can't.
They're distracted, so that gives you chance to do all this other shit, the bigger shit.
Yeah.
So by the time they turn back to that, it's too late. You're already,
dang,
done like 10 different things after you distract them with like 20 different things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna distract you with like renaming shit, bunch of like bullshit executive orders, and then meanwhile he's got Elon fucking stealing everyone's fucking information. Going into places like, that he should even be in. It's like everything he's doing, like gutting fucking organizations that we've had for years. Some of those that we fucking need.
Yeah.
And for no reason. It's like all these billionaires are fucking like, got his back. Each one of them has made more money since Trump has got in office. Everybody, people that voted this bullshit in are still fucking poor. They're gonna be even poorer now because they fucked themselves. This is just like y'all. It's like y'all brought this.
Yeah.
You have a lot of like videos of Trump supporters having regrets now. Because they're like, I voted for you because I wanted grocery prices to come down. I didn't vote for you to like steal my information and renaming the Gulf of Mexico. This is do your job. And it's like, he told you what he was gonna do. You knew what he was about. You voted for him anyway.
I think that's like the interesting thing is he did say blatantly what he was going to do in a lot of things, but I think he also lied a lot. And I think that the things that he was lying about, or even some of the stuff he wasn't lying about, even some of the stuff that he's doing, some conservatives are like actually like excited about, unfortunately. So while you do have those that like are regretful, you also have the ones that are like, fuck yeah, to like everything that's happening, basically, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was just reading like they're like somebody like I can't like a rant. You know how you get random? I don't know if you're not really on Facebook, but you get random things like posts from other pages pop up, like because that's the way it's set up. And there's this one like bragging about how they love like Elon Musk is doing a great job, blah blah blah, and the comment section's filled with nothing but people praising Elon Musk for what he's doing. It's like, oh, like, anybody that disagrees with this is a criminal, and it's like, you're cheering on criminals. It's like y'all were like talking shit about like, oh, we need to get these illegals out because they're criminals and blah blah blah. But you voted for criminals that are the ones who can actually do it. Just like people were bitching about TikTok. It's like, oh, China's stealing all our information. And then you vote for a guy who's going to have a guy go in and take your information in front of your face.
Right. And as if everyone's not already stealing our information.
Yeah.
And has been. It's insane. I mean, it's related to the TikTok thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah.
And like I said, it's an insane cult mentality. It's like why people keep comparing it to whole like the Nazi Germany thing and everything. Because there are similarities. you know?
Definitely.
And
I'm seeing that a lot more now because I was, I guess, in denial, but I was definitely like hopeful that, like, oh, hopefully things won't be that bad. And holy crap, like they are so much worse, so much faster than I thought that they would be,
they're almost
honestly.
comically bad. It's like
Yeah.
like right now, it's like this is like a live action Saturday Night Live skit that's just went wild.
Yeah. Right. It's like that unbelievable.
It
But
is.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go
Sorry.
for it. Sorry.
No,
No,
no.
you go.
No. But no, I was just saying it's like, yeah, because it's like, and some people like are cheering us on, even though it's like it's right in their face. It's like
Yeah.
going back to like that video I did, that short I made about the stupid Roseanne video, and how many people jumped on my ass about that in that video. Like,
I know.
especially that one kid, he kept commenting. He just not too long ago stopped commenting. And it's
Yeah.
like, who are you even talking to now at this point? I'm not even acknowledging you now. I'm just like, you just go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, actually, he did it himself. He was accusing us of being like delusional.
Mm-hmm.
He was accusing us of jumping to conclusions and like all kinds of things, which we actually weren't doing, but like he was doing.
Oh yeah.
And like one of the most disturbing things, actually, I mean, there's a lot of disturbing things, but one of the things that really like paralleled like Nazi Germany for me was like they platformed themselves as being the party for freedom of speech, right? Like that was like one of their big things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you should be able to say whatever you want, freedom of speech, that's in our constitution, blah blah blah. And who's censoring who? Like now
Exactly.
they're just like, oh, taking down a bunch of research just because like they don't agree with it, like censoring specific words. Like it's crazy like what's happening. I'm like, this is literally the opposite of what you
Yeah.
all claim to stand for.
Yep. And this is Black History Month. And they were trying to wipe that off the thing too. And then Trump decides to give it back, but make it sound like he's the hero. He's like, I'm going to present to you black people your own month. Thanks to me, your president. You love me. I'm the greatest. And it's like, motherfucker, Black History Month has been around forever. Shut the fuck up. He's trying to raise. It's like, guess what? There's still going to be a Black History Month in June. Guess what? It's still going to be Pride Month. You're not erasing anybody. Definitely. Oh my god! Like especially the shit going on. It's like, why are you attacking trans people? What the fuck? Actually, I can tell you why. I can tell you exactly why they're so vehemently against gays, bisexual, the whole LGBT community, like trans people. I could tell you exactly why. And it has actually, believe it or not, it has nothing to do with the Bible. As much as they try to make it claim, it has nothing to do with the Bible. That's bullshit. And and besides the fact that maybe their main reason not liking it is because they think it's icky for whatever reasons, even though it's like it's none. What are you fucking worried about?
Right. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you. Why are you worried about it? What it is that they're angry about basically is you have queer people, trans people, they're living their lives genuinely. They're like, this is what I am. This is who I am. And this is my life, and they're living their lives, to the best that they can, genuinely, to the best of their abilities. Conservatives, especially, the Trump cultists, Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Trump
It all
cultists.
has a ring to it.
Yeah, well, it kind of rolls off the tongue. With Trump cultists, they have to maintain a certain image. They have to stay a certain way. It's like, oh, you have to be a straight man. You have to be straight. You have to be white. You have to dress a certain way to be accepted. You have to like certain things like the other people, like blah, blah, blah. Guns, God, government, blah, blah, blah. And there's, as much as they cry how much they love the freedoms, they have no freedom. And then when they look at other people who are basically free or who are striving to be free, they hate that because they see something they can't have. It's the whole thing of like what is it? They hate us because they can't be us, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not saying that, they all secretly want to be what we are. I mean, even though there are a few conservative dudes that claim straight on everything, but they're kind of like, on the down low. But I mean, mostly they hate us because, we have something that they don't have. We have we strive for freedom to be what we want to be and who we live, how we want to live. And they don't have that. They can't, in order to be accepted by their community, they can't have that. I mean, does that make sense to you?
That makes sense. Yeah, I definitely think there could be an aspect of that. I think you see a parallel in that in the same way why like a lot of people hate on alternative people because it's like I don't know, they're just so trapped in their box. They're so trapped in what they've been told to be normal, like on a much more basic level, like the same way that people judge like, oh, aren't you a little old to dress like that? And it's like, the fuck do you care? Like,
God, I hate
like
that.
seriously, like how miserable are you? But so like I see what you're saying, like it's that sort of thing.
Yeah,
but on like a whole other level, for sure.
yeah, exactly. It's like that. It's just the same thing. It's like they hate things that are different because those things that are different are like living living a life and they're happy. They're miserable. They want other people to be miserable like them. The only way they can find happiness is to make other people miserable. And when they see other people happy, that makes them miserable and it makes them angry.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
And
Yeah.
And we quite it's like and here's the thing. They can be as miserable as they fucking want to be. That's their fucking problem to figure out. They need to figure it out, go to therapy, whatever the fuck they need to do, they need to fucking do it. But they're not erasing queer people. They're not going to erase trans people. They're not going to erase black and brown people. We're not going to let them put AFAB people in their place or whatever plans they have. It's like, no, we're not going to fucking do this. But we do kind of need to gather together and just kind of just stop this shit.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing too, and we should definitely continue this on the next episode for sure, because I wanted to do more research on like what we can do. I mean, like organizing as a whole is obviously the thing to do, but not everybody has the capacity to like full out organize.
No, of course not. No.
But maybe we should talk about that next time. Like
we absolutely should.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because we all got to do something because like you can't wait on like Democrats to bail us out or anybody else to bail us out. They're not.
Yeah, they're part of the reason why we're in this mess. They're a big part of the reason why we're in this mess. Honestly,
because they let it happen. They could have stopped it. They could have
exactly.
But no.
And they also just totally disenfranchised their own base. you know, or like I can't even say in good consciousness their own base, because like true Democrats aren't actually leftists. So like
I mean,
they actually disenfranchise the entire left. With their bullshit.
The ones that are decent are more technically fall under socialist category, because you got Bernie, AOC.
Yes, Bernie. Yes, AOC.
Oh my God, I can't remember the other lady's name. I think she's Muslim. I don't remember her name. She was just there was just a news article about her the other day, because some Republican guy wanted to try to get her deported for some fucking reason.
Oh my gosh. Well,
because, you know,
yeah,
Republicans are fucking schmucks.
Idiots.
Yeah.
It's like the whole Obama birth certificate thing.
Yeah, exactly. Aside from them, it's like Democrats aren't doing nothing.
No, they're making things like, I mean, honestly, they're a big part of why we're where we are right now. So it's bad all around. So I think until next time, when we can dig a little bit deeper into like what people can do, and it sucks because the people being most impacted by what's happening now are also going to be the ones expected basically to also do the work to change things.
They're going to look at us like, you're going to save us? You put us in this mess.
Right. But that unfortunately has also always been the case. Doesn't mean like it should continue to be, but what I told my friend the other day, who is like very directly impacted by things going on right now, I said, you taking care of yourself right now is the work.
Yes.
Because
absolutely,
when you're basically under attack, like you being as okay as possible, and if you can find like a shred of joy and sanity right now, like that is the work. And like that's not to discredit like the organizing and stuff, which is like obviously very important, but like we can't organize if we're not like baseline okay, you know? So anybody listening who's like not okay right now, that's understandable. It's not about pretending to be okay when you're not, but it's about listening to yourself and within your means and the best of your ability to give yourself what you need. And if you need to ask for support and help, do. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't always come, which is why I really advocate taking care of yourself, because sometimes we don't always have the support that we need or want. So if you have to give all your time and energy and resources to yourself, like do. And then once you're okay, you can start to, you know, from a full cup or at least a decently full cup, you can start to like support others too. But the more impacted you directly are by what's going on right now, I'd say the more you should put your own energy into making sure you're as okay as possible, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I think it's okay to, I mean it's okay to understand what's going on and be aware of what's going on, but being able, like, once in a while, you gonna have to step back for a little bit, take a breath, because otherwise,
so important. Yeah.
That's something I have to remember myself. You know, sometimes just like, okay, step back, because believe me, that shit'll be there when we come back. But just step away for a few, just forget it for a few, breathe. You know, like, unfortunately, like I said, these podcast episodes, I wanted to keep a little bit more lighter, but I also understand sometimes that's just not going to happen. Sometimes we're going to talk about something that's going to get to a serious subject, you know, and then we'll bring it around. I think that's okay. We'll make a fart joke later before we go, and that'll make everything that'll lighten it up a little bit. Yeah.
But I think that's important too, because that's the balance I think we need in everything. Is like, there's that quote, something about like, if they're not dancing at the revolution, like that's not my revolution, or something like that. And like, I fully feel that, because I've been in spaces, organizing spaces, social justice spaces that are fucking miserable, miserable. And it's like, this is not the future that I want.
Exactly.
I don't want us to be miserable. So you gotta dance too. You gotta find the joy. But you don't have to force it, obviously. Let it take care of yourself till it comes organically. That's what I always say.
Everybody, it's like, just anybody listening, just understand, it's like, don't let this shit get to you, because despite what as I'm probably gonna try to remember to say each and every episode, just basically, just no matter what these people say, understand that you matter, that you're valid, you are worthy of love, respect, and freedom.
Absolutely.
But despite what these shitty dicks have to say.
Very well said.
But God, I mean, I was gonna bring it around with a King Cobra thing, since just to change the mood. But it's
I guess we will have to do that another time.
Because we're over the hour mark, which
Yeah,
I mean,
I know we try to keep it to an hour.
Try to keep it an hour, but sometimes it's gonna go over. Sometimes it might be a little under, but for the most part, be over. Which is, it is what it is, If you rock with us still at this point, y'all the real MVP.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
That's right. I really enjoy doing this with you. By the way, these are great. I'm
same.
This is. I'm very excited to do these.
Yay! Me too.
And this is great, And so far, Toast has stopped getting into stuff, and she's just been like falling asleep in random places. Like, she was asleep up my butt for a while, then she went to the coffee table. Now she's like, wait, look at me, like, why are you thinking about me?
That's a shock, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, she wore herself out being a jerk. So yeah. Yeah, man. I guess that's probably, we should probably start wrapping it up.
Yeah, definitely. Well, whoo. Yeah. I don't even know what to say other than reiterating kind of like, what we said. I just want everyone out there to take care of themselves as much as possible. And
definitely.
There are things that can be done, It's not, a totally lost cause, even when it feels like it is.
No, it's never going to be a lost cause, because we don't want it to be that way. So, and we're not going to let it. It's just one of these days we're all going to have to just remember to remind ourselves that, we're all the majority. We're not a minority as much as like some people like to think we are.
Yeah.
So we all have more of a voice than the people who keep telling us that we don't. And we just need to remember that. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yep, here. Really? Yeah.
You're like, and on that note.
I guess she's done with her nap now, so she's even more energized now.
But for next time, I'll definitely try to look up some more, concrete things that we could do. And I'll do my homework from the time before.
Yeah, definitely. I think next episode we definitely do, because one thing I want to also get to, we were talking about, since it's Black History Month, talk about some Black musicians that you should be checking out. But we didn't get to that.
Absolutely.
My mouth
was
running.
No, it's good. I mean, I think these things need to be talked about. And hey, I mean, that just goes to show like exactly what I think we'd like to share as well, is like, don't just obviously save promoting Black musicians for Black History Month. Like,
Oh
that's
no, absolutely.
all year. I mean, obviously I know you know that, but to anybody listening, like, that's not the only time to obviously listen to support Black musicians. That's like obviously all year. Especially, I mean,
Yep.
it's like any musician. Like, if you love the band, you're gonna listen to them year round. So it'll be in March when we share that episode. But hey,
Well, I guess it
it'll
will
be great
huh?
bands
Yeah.
to check out. Yeah,
I forgot February is a short month. That's right.
yeah.
Shit. Okay. That's fine. Every month is Black History Month, and
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Just like every month is Pride Month.
Exactly. Exactly. That's definitely the point.
You got anything you want to say?
She's so cute.
And she's a pretty
That's
good.
Toast, right? Or
This
who's
is
that?
Toast. This is Toast.
Okay.
It's the usual.
I'm
usual
used.
suspect.
I usually see her backside. That's why I wasn't sure.
Like, yeah, that's the only way you get an idea is by just see her in black.
Like, wait, turn her around. No.
I think you see her ID.
There she is. No.
But yeah, thank you for watching and listening. Listening. I don't know what listening is. That's like listening and whistling at the same time. I'm listening.
I was gonna say, find out next time. No.
but thank you for listening or watching. And we'll see you with another episode. And thanks. Be sure to like, subscribe to Cryptic Jasmine's channel. Just look for Cryptic Jasmine. You're watching this on my channel, so if you ain't subscribed, you probably should subscribe because it's nice to do. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, and it's free, as a lot of people say.
Yes, it's free. Upload a whole bunch of videos. Sometimes some random bullshit. Sometimes something good like this.
All your videos are good. You just have different categories.
Yes, I have lots of stuff. I have a variety. But all right, thank you, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.